Juggling bills. Juggling bills is a critical financial skill, especially when facing unexpected bills, like an expensive dental procedure that throws off your monthly spending plan. Without an emergency savings fund, it can be tempting to pay the creditors who make the most noise. In this video, we will explore the best practices for prioritizing your bills and getting back on track with your finances. Start by evaluating the potential risks of not paying each bill. The highest priority bills are for services where you will lose coverage if you miss a payment. For example, car or health insurance needs to be kept up to date or you could lose coverage. This cell phone plan will also cut off if you don't pay on time, and eventually so will all your bills after a few months. Medium priority bills are for services or creditors that could hurt your credit score if not paid immediately. For these bills, making the minimum payment is a good option when you can't afford to pay off the full balance that month. Low priority bills are any service or company where you can negotiate directly with your provider. Essential services like your rent or utilities fall in this category since there are consumer protections to protect your rights and give you the ability to work something out with your creditor. Once you've identified your high priority bills, you will discover how much money you have left to pay your remaining bills. It is your responsibility to pay all your bills. So even though you may end up with a shortfall of cash, your goal is to have a plan that will minimize any late fees or damage to your credit score. After paying off your high priority bills, there are two main options: to proportionally pay all the remaining bills or pay off certain bills in full and pay the rest in upcoming months. It is tempting to keep everyone happy by paying a percentage of each bill. However, you end up incurring more late fees that way. That's why we recommend paying certain bills in full and dealing with the remaining unpaid bills separately after your next paycheck. Most creditors would prefer setting up a repayment plan than to get nothing from you at all. Remember that communicating with your creditors lets them know what's going on. At the end of the day, they're people too and will understand your situation if you take the time to explain it. They may reduce your penalty, offer a payment plan, or add a note to your account. If a payment plan isn't possible, then you need to look at your short-term financing options. If you still find yourself short on cash, you may need to take on some short-term financing to pay your remaining bills or to get you through the rest of the month. The cheapest and easiest option is to borrow from friends and family. The next best option is to use a credit card. If you prioritize paying off your balance as quickly as possible, you'll have little interest to pay. After that, the next best option is a short-term unsecured loan. This is money you borrow from a bank or lender that you must pay back within a short period of time. Usually it comes with a higher interest rate and no collateral, like a car or house. A payday loan is a very dangerous borrowing option with extremely high interest rates and fees. You should avoid payday loans at all costs. Once you've created a plan that works for you, make sure to keep it up to date as you catch up on your bills. Remember the Juggling Bills best practices. 1. Understand the risks of missing a payment. 2. Assess and pay your priority bills. 3. Make a plan and pay your high penalty bills. 4. Communicate with your creditors so they understand your current financial situation. And finally, if you're still short on cash, review your short-term financing options until you've caught up. This is why having an emergency savings fund is so important. It allows you to avoid getting into these situations so you can easily accommodate any unexpected bills that come up. Getting advice from a certified financial advisor or credit counselor can help you build a plan and know how to respond to debt collectors.